Welcome back to Forces Education. This is Ed. Today I'm going to be giving a quick update into NIO. So my full DD on this ticker, you're going to find it in the description below. You can watch in a little bit of a long-termish DD as well as me going through basically almost everything about this company that might interest you. So this one here, I'm going to give a technical analysis, and then I'm going to give quick updates to new things that came up to my radar for this ticker. So first things first, you're going to see 1 month, 1 day here analysis. You get to see that the MACD has retracted a little, but it has done that before. It has done it here around where it kind of retracted and then shot back up. You get to see the average directional index is too high, but it has been quite high ever since, I would say, the 7th of July. So it's mainly on a very high run. The Williams percent R is finally sitting somewhere very close to a bit of a neutral rather than being overbought for quite a bit. In terms of averages, the 10 SMA is far off the 30 EMA, and you get to see the stock is above the 200 SMA and above the 50 SMA. Quickly looking into the 5 days, 1 hour perspective, you get to see that the stock price has fell under the VWAP, but it has done before around this area as well and has recovered. The MACD seems to be continuing to be negative, and seems to have basically an effect into towards having a pullback ever during the day. Although this is in relation to another ticker I'll mention in a second as well, but the market has bled a little bit in the second half, so it definitely has not been a good second half for this ticker. In terms of the average directional index, it shows that this kind of red movement is very sloppy, and it doesn't have much strength to it. The Williams percent R shows it to be a little bit oversold in the second half of the day. In terms of momentum, it looks like it has lost quite a bit of momentum coming in from yesterday and going in today a little bit, well, not yesterday, sorry, Friday, and it has hit a little bit of a kind of a roadblock there. The stock price still, the 10 SMA is still above the 30 EMA, so that's pretty good news. Although the gap there is tighter on the 1 hour interval. So quickly going in towards the moving averages, what we're going to be doing here quickly is taking a quick look into where it stands. The moving average band seems to be quite a bit below. That's what the actual price is. So there's a little bit of a fall through right there, but it has been quite of an uptrend so far. Now, you can try to explain this with an Elliott wave, so if you're interested in that, this could be a little bit of an Elliott wave into the 3 months, 1 day, where you can see a correction before another run, but I'm not going to do that for the time being. So quickly here, I'm going to try to draw any trend line that I'm actually see happening here. You get to see the trend line can be quite a little bit of a drop around, I would say, 1250 for tomorrow. Another trend line I can draw could be somewhere around here where it actually broke today. So that kind of trend line did break today where I drew that before. So when a trend line breaks, that kind of movement kind of loses momentum. So you need to a little bit see what the current next play is. So first we're going to look at supports. We're going to look towards Fibonacci retracements. And we can try to identify what the next movement is. So we can see the current support, it's actually under the 1411 Fibonacci retracement support. The next traditional support will be somewhere around 1323, which it has tested today in the aftermarket. And the one after that would be 1234 to 1246. The current next resistance would be around 1458. And going that would be around 1516 based on traditional methods. Fibonacci retracement would be at 100% at 1635. So now going into company, well, before going there, a big movement to what has happened today in terms of what the difference was Tesla's actual drop a little bit in price. And if you look here on my screen, I'm having it in purple. Let's just increase the lightweight here. You get to see here that Tesla did have a very much exact shape in terms of that drop. And this stock has been very much connected in terms of Tesla's movements, which you can see, and I did mention in my previous video, that kind of trend has been seen for quite a bit. The stock price did as well break under the 50 SMA, which is a dangerous sign. Usually you want to sell as soon as it touches the 50 SMA, but it's still above the 200 SMA. So future for this stock is a little bit uncertain based on the technical analysis here, but it's definitely a long-term stock. So you want to watch the video I have in the description to show why. It's only about giving in a better entry point at this point for me. So one thing that is actually very interesting is the institutional buying that happened today. which basically this company bought around 16.3% of the company at somewhat around 175 million shares, which I would imagine the price is very close to what's being given today, somewhere around probably $14. So you can do the math. $14 multiplied by 175 million. You're talking about billions worth in terms of how much they actually bought. Their entire portfolio, though, is 181 billion. You can see that this is a big fish. It has bought a few different stocks here and there. They do have shares in Teslas as well. So you can see that they are in the EV industry and they're kind of getting in a little bit of interest. And what's interesting is they didn't consider buying like Nikola or SHLL. They went for NIO. And that could be that they actually see something valuable in terms of growth in there. You can see they actually bought Tesla back in 2018 at a lot cheaper price, I imagine, from what it is right now. So they had good records, so it seems that there's actually a good support for this company. This was actually the form that they have released on as well. So quickly, it doesn't show what the price that they've got in, but I would imagine it's kind of close. So that's a kind of update for this stock. I'll definitely be considering buying this one very soon. I'll really watch it down. So what I'm trying to look at is when the stock price stabilizes. Because for me, this is a good hold for the future. And I definitely don't want to be caught in some kind of pump and dump or whatnot. Or a rally that might actually fall if something happens to Tesla or whatnot. Even though I don't really think Tesla is going to continue this downtrend, I think it would recover, but that's just a personal opinion. And it's not based on technical analysis because it's more of a story stock. But anyway, I'll be mentioning on Twitter when I would join in this stock and when I purchase it. Thank you very much. Let me know what you think about this stock in the comment below. Don't forget to check the other video for the long-term view, and make sure you share, subscribe, and like, and make sure you turn on your notifications. Thank you and have a wonderful day.